Brother, what's going on?
What's up, Jimmy?
How's it going?
Dude, it's going good. Crazy as ever.
Man, you know what? I went and filled up my car yesterday. Dude.
Don't even get me started, bro.
$5.50 a gallon for premium because that's what I have to use.
I have to use it. Freaking these Japanese vehicles and German vehicles. And
I'm buying everything at King Soopers just to get freaking points to buy it down. 'Cause I had like a 50-cent, credit.
Yeah.
But I saw on the news, and we'll get to everything else, but I saw on the news where they're talking to people, and people are having to choose between filling up their car and going to work or groceries.
Yep.
And you know what is coming to priority? Gasoline. Because without gas, they can't go to work.
They can't make money to buy their groceries.
This is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't get it that this world can still be shut down by kids not getting along. Kids, I mean countries, right? And you know who's making? We talked about this earlier. You know, Russia's making a ton of money because they're on the black market, right? So it's not hurting them any. But I just thought about that. I said, man, when is this going to end? And then so today's Tuesday when we're filming this. On Monday, I get a thing from Mortgage Broker News that the rates on average as a whole across the United States are up to 6.5%. We were close to being at 6 when all this started. And so what happens now is it affects buyers and sellers, right? Because the less buyers you have, you might have to start dipping your price a little bit, right? To sell it, right?
Right.
But when you have a lot of buyers, what normally happens to seller, man, they're making bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at this, and I just got one done on Friday, luckily.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we locked in his rate and stuff, and it bumped right back up, on Monday. But what happens is people think that, well, what's a little bit more money on, 6.25, 6.5. But when you put all these other variables in there, like the price of gas, the price of food,
DTI,
debt to income.
Yeah.
And people are even shying away because they don't know when it's going to end.
Right.
Right. And so a lot of times, like we always preach here, is that you never buy beyond your means, right? Because you never know what's going to happen.
House poor.
You're right. And this is becoming such an issue now because people want to get into homes, but we don't know when this is going to end.
Right. Yeah.
And since we are a global economy, something happens over there is going to affect us. Something we do is going to affect other people. It's not like we're isolationists, like in the early 1900s. Now we're just globally entrenched with each other. And this is a scary one.
Yeah.
Especially because there's a spring type of fuel, right? It's a lighter oil that we use in summer times.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we do a lot of that in the United States. I thought we imported a lot of that.
Yeah.
Guess where it's at? The Strait.
Chilling on a boat in the middle of the
it has
river.
One of the little boxes. This is for Jimmy's car.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy just to see, and I just did some research just to play with it, right? Overlaying where we were at in 2007 and 2008.
Oh, financial crisis.
Data.
Yeah.
Right now, and it's like
matching, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so it's just a matter of time until something breaks out and it's all over the news and everybody's freaking out.
Right.
Like, it's just a matter of time. And so, I mean, it could happen today. It could happen tomorrow.
And
like,
it's really like we would tell them, right? Okay, if you can afford that, you have to stretch for a little bit, and then maybe in 7 months on your 7th payment, then we can refinance, right? But we can't even say that anymore,
right?
Because this thing keeps dragging out, and we tell everybody say buy now, right? because you know what the rates are going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they buy now, again, it goes back. Take a look at your last 60 days of living expenses.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're renting, then now take off the rent payment and put in your house payment.
Right.
But with that house payment, you're also going to have taxes and homeowners insurance, right?
But don't forget your credit card bill.
Right.
Don't forget the groceries have gone up. Don't forget gas has gone up. And so there's a bigger balance on your credit card bill. And so what 6 months ago could, pay off the card, now you have a little rollover.
Right.
And it's like $200-$300 for some folks out there. I mean, a lot of us just pay them off. But for some folks out there, it's rolling over.
Right.
And that's going to show on your credit. And so when you go to final pool.
Well, we always tell them, like, they say, okay, Jimmy, how do I maximize if I have credit card debt, right? Normally the credit bureaus don't start, jacking down your score unless you are more than 25% at your maximum on the credit card. So if you keep it on 25%, that's all. You can carry a balance. In fact, they want you to carry a balance, but they just start getting nervous when that balance is really up there.
Right.
So I always tell everybody, okay, if you're looking to buy, let's say the next 30 or 60 days, and you want to pay down your credit card, you don't have to pay it all off. Let's just get in at that 25%.
Right.
But here's the deal on that though, too,
right.
is that you can pay them. And this is what I just love about the credit card company. You can pay them, and it may take them 30 to 45 days, maybe 60 days to cycle it through, right? Mm-hmm. But when you charge, man, that baby's right there. Like, you owe us some money, buddy, and that's what I tell my clients is that just because you write a check, it may not show up on your credit report for another 2 months. So that's why if we jump in early, right, and we start planning early, we come in, set everything down, boom. Okay, this is what we need to do. We'll watch the rates. We'll do the rates. And you know what? We may want you to save a little bit extra money for a discount, to buy down the rate a little bit. Yeah. So we get into this comprehensive plan of what we want to do. Because right now what's going on in the marketplace is crazy. Did I think that we'd be at 6.5%? We should be in the high fives. That's where we should be. Yeah. And now we have a new federal chair coming in. And who knows what that's going to do? Right. Because you just can't drop rates.
They got to buy buffer.
Yeah.
And they've got to find a way to do it.
Right.
And so how do you do it? Well,
if the Fed say, we're going to take everything down to 5%, right? 1.5. I'm making stuff up. Yeah. For dramatic purposes. What's going to happen is now you're going to have a recession. Right? Because you just can't drop the rates like that.
It's the teeter-totter.
Yeah.
The never-ending teeter-totter.
So not only do we have the Iran conflict going on and Israel and Lebanon, but we also have a new Fed chairman coming in. And I don't think people really knew too much about the Federal Reserve. But when the Fed chairman is sworn in, he's loyal to no party. Right? It's another checks and balances. He's loyal to making sure our economy is strong, that unemployment stays low. That's his job. His job is not to make the guy sit in the big chair happy. And thank God for that. Could you imagine, I'm talking any president, come in there and say, we're going to jack down rates. And then everything blows up. The president does not make that call. He can ask, he can beg, he can sing about it. But a good, fair chairman, that is just white noise, because he's focused on the economy. And you can get on, Jerome Powell as much as you want, but he's done a hell of a job. Everything that he's had to face. So we'll see what this new guy is like. But yeah, just a lot of stuff going on. We just got to plan more. Yeah. Just got to plan more.
It's wild, man. I mean, again, back to that research. We got through the last meltdown. So to put everybody at ease, we'll get through this too.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the airlines. Want to?
Yeah. So Spirit.
So they asked for a government bailout. They said no, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the terms didn't work,
Right,
whatever
right.
the case may be.
Right.
Now we have other airlines asking for help, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to 2006, 2008.
Mm-hmm.
How many banks did we bail out?
Too many.
Well, let me rephrase this. How many did we let close, go down? Lehman Brothers, right? That was the big
A
one.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? But we didn't have the debt back then that we have now.
Right.
So if everybody's going to start knocking on the government's door for handouts, I don't think it's going to happen.
Back to war. We can't even afford war right now, dude. We can't.
$25 billion a day.
We can't afford war right now. And so like there's too many straw pieces that are going to break the camel's back, in my opinion.
You know what? That freaking camel is on its stomach. There's so much straw on it. You know, it's about to throw up.
Right.
Because there's so much straw on it. He can't even move. So we have all this stuff going on. And I think if we focus on a lot, right? If we kind of understand all the different things going in and out, right?
Yeah.
Then maybe that'll help us. But yeah, there's a lot going on. And what's our debt? 33 trillion and climbing?
Something crazy.
I read an article where they said all the world leaders can get together and say, you know what? Let's just free each other's debt. Let's just call it good. And we'll start all over.
Go to one world currency. One world currency.
But you know, the thing too is that people say, well, China's going to come in and take over everything, right? They're not going to.
Yeah.
We're one of their best clients.
Yeah.
You know, I don't worry about China coming in.
Gotta love that interest, you know. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
When you're the lender.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. And you got little mom Sue, son over there going, can we please have some money for a loan at 20% interest?
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And we're headed there. Like the writing is kind of on the wall at this point. Like I said, there's too many pieces of straw. He's on his belly.
Yeah.
Right. And so there's going to be a lot of things that give. It's not just one thing.
No. And you know what? Like we said before, since we are all connected economically throughout this world, if somebody falls, it's going to affect us.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just that these are such trying times. And everybody says, well, you know, we had trying times back when. Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But these are different because we have that debt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like we can withstand a whole bunch because they even talked about cutting Medicare and Medicaid to pay for the war.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the answer?
No.
Not get out of the war?
No. Yeah.
You know, I guess we have egos to.
Well, just like you were talking about before, right? Like the average person right now is preferring gas over food. Right?
Right.
If we do that, we're going to be malnourished.
Right.
Not going to make good decisions. Like it's going to keep rolling down the hill. Look on the big side, right? They're preferring war over the betterment of their people.
Yeah, because you know who makes all the money in war?
Well, everybody.
Defense contractors.
Yeah,
right?
all the big governments make money.
But here's the thing too is the fact that they can't even step back and say, okay, we got to come to terms with everybody, right? You know, and I had a buddy, and he was saying, well, you know, and my dad says this too, well, Iran's going to bomb us. And I go, with what, Dad? Well, they have facilities. Yeah, but apparently we obliterated them. But we're back there again. And I don't know what's driving this. Because I just don't think it's nuclear weapons. Pakistan has them.
Primary currency. How many weeks ago was that I brought that up? Primary currency.
Oh, yeah.
That's what all of this is. It's okay. Where can we shove our agenda in here, and here, and here, and here? Like, that is the major play right now is power.
Well, really, you're right. It is whose world currency is going to be the base. And we've been the base since after World War II, right? But you know who's putting in a strong play for that? It's China. And
I mean, they're shorting the U.S. dollar. It's
Right.
on the news. Go Google it. Go look it up. You know, like,
Right.
and so they are attacking through means of currency.
Right, because if we are not the standard currency, especially in oil trade, like we are, we're in trouble.
So it's what I tell people all the time when it comes to social media, right? Like, you need to be on all platforms. And the reason why is because your favorite platform and my favorite platform may differ.
Right.
Right? And so, but if you're not on my favorite platform and I walk away from our meeting and look you up on my favorite platform, rapport drops.
Right.
It's the same thing with US currency right now, is our value is dropping
Right.
tremendously.
And it's because of our debt.
And so our rapport with all of the people that we do business with
Used to do business with.
is dropping. Exactly. My point. Exactly. Like we're losing clientele left and right as the US government is concerned because our currency is dropping because our currency is power.
Right. Currency is power. It always has been, right? And so this is what I love when talking about this stuff is that we pick one part of a spider web part, right? That little part of the corner right there. And then we start walking on the spider web like the spider does, and more stuff just opens up.
Yeah.
Because nothing is either black or white. Everything is a little black, a little white, and all that gray in between. And that's what we deal with. But I just was thinking about that. I was filling up with gas. I know we went on another tangent like we always do. But it's interesting, and you don't want to say, oh my God, the world's ending, because it's not. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm Jimmy Oliver with Indigo Mortgage. I'm a mortgage professional here in Colorado Springs. If you have any questions with regards to purchases or refinances, whatever that case may be, please click below and let's set up a call and let's talk about what you want to do. Back to the podcast. But I just think we need to have some calmer minds that are in power and look at the best picture, not only for our country, but our allies and everybody else.
And it trickles down, man. And I think a lot of people are struggling right now with mental. Like,
oh, dude,
so much. Like we've talked about this over and over again, just with our battles and what we've faced and stuff like that. But I can't tell you how many people that I've talked to that are really struggling. Like really struggling.
That you wouldn't think would be struggling, right?
They've got, out in the public eye, they're happy face, happy family, like everything's good. And inside they're decaying.
Because, when you have financial stress, that's the worst. Because that trickles down to relationships and everything else. Because they say the most common reason why people divorce is financial reasons, right? So now we're putting this, which was generated on our people, not from them spending too much money, which we all do probably, but now they got hit below the chest, and they're just thinking, okay, how the hell do I get out of this? I mean, when is this going to stop? Because I can't. There's not a whole lot of savings in the American households, right?
No, like it's like low double digits.
Yeah,
like,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but some of that is because we are a marketing country. We sell shit, right? Whether you need it or not, we got a reason why you need this.
It's my world.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you need a house like Uriah? Because you can be successful.
Run me over. Run me over.
But so next topic. We talked a little bit about rates, right? And they're higher than we thought. But I'm watching a new show.
What show you watching? Jimmy?
It's called The Chosen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
He reminds me a lot like me.
Yeah.
A
little humor.
Yeah. So, and And what I like about the show, if y'all haven't watched it, it's about the 3 years that Jesus is doing his ministry. You know, from when he finds his first apostles to when he's crucified on the cross. And you know, I'm not a real big religious guy. You know that. You know, just joking. We're on a podcast trying to sell something. But it's really interesting because when you read the Bible, it's very one-dimensional, right? The words, right? And because I did looking up some of this stuff about the show because of course I'm going to be a critic, right? Because I don't want freaking Hollywood making stuff up about this. But what they said that they used a lot of it was straight from the scripture, and they even admit, you know, we had to add stuff just to bring character to it, right? So I started watching it, and the first couple of episodes, I think it's kind of snoozeville, right? Just kind of like, but then it starts picking up, and then the first time Jesus fights with the Pharisees, oh boy, that was good. But it gave me a different. I would, whether if you believe or not, I think it's done so well that anybody could enjoy it. Yeah. I'm on season 4, so I'm behind.
Yeah.
But I talked to my so I was watching this, and you know John the Baptist, right? I know you don't know John the Baptist, but you've heard this guy, right?
Yeah.
The crazy guy.
Yeah.
And in the show, they kind of make him crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The locusts.
Yeah. Seeds, locusts, and honey,
and raw fur.
So you think this guy is off his freaking rocker, right? But I think it was season 3 or maybe 2 where they said that Jesus and John the Baptist are cousins. And I said, hell no. I don't remember seeing that in my Catholic school days and, you know, all that other stuff. So I called my buddy Benny, right? He owns Indigo. And he was Catholic like myself, but he's now just purely Christian, which, you know, whatever. But I go, did you know that John the Baptist and Jesus were cousins? He goes, yeah. How the hell do you know? Did you hear about it in the church? He goes, no. Exactly. You know, so what else are they hiding from me? And he goes, because Jimmy, it's more about ritual, right? It's not about like digging in and, but you see, like everybody, I'm gonna say everybody, uneducated people like me who have not read the Bible 14 times. Think of Jesus and his 12 apostles, right? Yeah. Hell no, he had a little following, both women and entourage. And men. Yeah, entourage, thank you. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And so I was talking to my buddy who came to see me from Omaha. I know I'm bouncing all over the place.
You're good.
But he goes, because there's how many gospels in the Bible? 4, right?
Yeah. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Okay, show off. Right? Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. But you know there's over like 60 gospels?
60.
Yeah. Because the Catholic Church, there's some, like Mary Magdalene has a gospel.
Oh, yeah.
I know they're not, they didn't make it to the final print.
Right.
But I'm just saying there's all these gospels.
Yeah.
From different people in that time.
Right.
Right?
It was their letters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, letters. I just call them gospels. But I knew that Mary Magdalene had one. But I didn't know there were so many.
Yeah.
But I believe the Catholic Church has a lot of them. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and too, like, playing it back, right? Initially, the Catholic Church, you know, got a hold of the transcripts and they translated it initially into Latin.
Right.
And so a lot of people didn't know what was being preached because they didn't know Latin, and so the priest would break it down.
Translate it for them, right?
And so there's this dude named William Tyndale. I don't know if you've heard of this guy. So
is he a rock star?
He, in my book, yes.
He's a country music star. Please listen to Billy on WWOT Nashville.
he took the Latin transcripts and he started transcribing it into English so that everybody could understand.
Right.
Guess who was pissed off?
The Catholic Church?
Big time, dude.
Because it's not in Latin.
They were after his guts.
Right.
Like, so much so that they were chasing him down to kill him. Like, he's going across the river, loses some of the translation in the river, hurries up, gets across, has to rewrite and translate it in. Like, this dude was on the run all the time. And it finally got it done, right? So Tyndale Publishing, they do a lot of Bibles, and that's how that happened. And so what happens is now people are able to read it on their own, and they're starting to figure out, like,
different stuff.
Oh, yeah, like, and it's not necessarily like, in my opinion, it's not a salvation issue, right? Like, I truly believe, like, in believing in Jesus Christ, that's primary. That's salvation, right?
Right.
It's not anything that we can do, but it's what he did because he was the spotless sacrifice,
right,
once and for all, right? And so, like, as far as salvation is concerned, I don't think there is like a big, fight, right? I think what it boils down to is some of these other details, like John the Baptist being the cousin.
Yeah.
Why doesn't that get talked about?
Right.
And I think a lot of it has to play to, okay, well, that brings focus again on Jesus.
Right.
Right? Who he was, what he did. And I think there's agendas across all, denominations.
Absolutely there is.
There's, well, we believe it this way and we believe it this way.
So let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah. Let's go. Here we go, guys. Get ready. Buckle up.
You have a passage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And 5 people read it.
Mm-hmm.
Passage doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's a constant.
Right.
Yeah.
And it always will be a constant.
Yeah.
But then you have 5 people saying, no, this is what it means.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is what it means.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is, how the hell do you know what it means? Because you're just a person, a human, reading content, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know this one guy, and he's a hard stone, like I believe he's an Old Testament type dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, whenever people quote out of the Bible, it drives me crazy. And here's why it drives me crazy. Because they take a passage and then they find a sentence that supports their opinion. Mm-hmm. But they forget about the rest of the passage.
Bro, that's why we have so many denominations.
Right.
Is ultimately what's called man's theology, right? Like, people interpret scriptures differently. People have their own mind.
That's right. That's what I mean, though.
And so they literally extract to get it to fit whatever they want to talk about. And that drives me insane, too. Like, that's why I did so many studies, is because I didn't want secondhand theology anymore. I wanted to know what it actually said and, like, come to my own conclusion on that.
But isn't it funny, though? A spiritual leader.
Yeah.
And I'm saying wherever they are, you can take that reading and you can tell them, this is how I feel about it, right? Mm-hmm. Well, no, Jimmy, you're not getting it quite right. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what? I read it. Now, did I misunderstand some words? Okay, let's correct that. Mm-hmm. Correct that. I read it. I still get the same feeling. I don't think you can ever tell somebody they're incorrect.
Right.
Or they don't understand it.
I think the defining factor for me has always been context.
Right.
And so, like, understanding, especially like in the New Testament, right? There's an author and there's an original reader.
Correct.
Like Paul, for instance, he's writing to the Corinthians, he's writing to the Ephesians, he's writing to Galatians, the Colossians, like all these different letters, right? And he is writing to them.
Right.
And so understanding, okay, historical context, right? What's actually going on? Why is he saying what he's saying? You know, like these types of things are important because if we just take it for in today's society and for what today is, yeah, of course, we're going to find something that relates, which
Right.
is good because I think that's why it's the living word is because it does relate to
Right.
today.
It moves. It
Right.
grows and
But I think what is important is if we don't understand that, if we don't understand that there's an author and an original reader, and the Old Testament's the same way. Moses wrote, you know, all
right.
these other people wrote, right? But if we don't understand that there's an author and an original reader, we can take things and make it what we want it to say.
Right.
Have you seen the book of Eli?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, dude.
Is it around here somewhere?
Dude, you've got to watch it. Like if you've not watched the book of Eli, pause this right now, go watch, and then come back to this podcast. But the book of Eli is a phenomenal movie. I'm not going to give it away, but it's dealing with just that. People using the word of God for power.
Right.
And control. And that's what we're plagued with as society today is people want to take scripture and make it what they want it to be and say what they want it to say instead of taking it as, okay, this was written by this person to this person. What's the context here? And yes, maybe some things do relate, right? But I think that is like the best tool that I've found to really realize, okay, is this guy just like going off on a tangent and talking about whatever he wants to talk about just so he gets attention?
Or a story behind it.
Or is it actually like connecting?
And you know what? I'm not here to say that any type of religion is bad.
Right.
But I don't want, I guess what I think this is what's coming to me is that I had the tunnel vision because I was Catholic.
Right.
Right. And the Catholic Church does a lot of amazing things, you know. So, and I love the last two popes, or well, the current pope and the past pope, because before that I don't remember much. But what it's taught me is that I need to read outside this vision, right? Because if I read outside it, maybe everything else within this tunnel makes more sense.
It's worldview.
Yeah.
Right? Like understand, like a lot of people still think that Jesus is this permed white Jesus that's so pretty.
Dude, he's from the Middle East.
And the Bible even says that he was kind of an ugly dude.
But you know what?
He wasn't the best looking.
But you know what the thing is, though, you can't sell a white Jesus in America. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
And I don't mean in America, but I mean, you really couldn't sell him in Europe either.
Right.
Right.
Right. And so that is worldview.
Right.
Right. That's okay. America culture. Right. We're gonna make it to where it's more palatable.
Right. Right.
And was it really? I don't think so. Because now it's created distortion.
Right.
Right. A lot of people are like, oh wait, he was Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
Oh wait, my whole everything just got shattered.
Just
you know,
crazy.
And right. I'm sorry if that's you, but at the same time, like worldview has everything, and we're raised in boxes.
Right. We're raised in that tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't step out of the tunnel because when you like, did I tell you the story about my sister? She's so funny. So she's in the second grade, right? She's in catechism. And so she asked the nun a question. And the nun goes, Bobby, you just have to believe. And my sister's going, that's not an answer. You know? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times that's how people handle it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't want to get into it. But when a like 8-year-old girl says, mm-hmm. And I'm sure it wasn't like, tell me the meaning of life. You know, it's probably just some little 8-year-old question. But that kind of changed her a little bit,
mm-hmm.
right? Because it's like, but you didn't answer my question.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you know, all denominations want to get us young, right? Get us in the church young,
mm-hmm.
and do that. I can see that. But on the other hand, the church has kind of opened up a little bit and say, what questions you guys have,
Mm-hmm.
and not be so defensive
Mm-hmm.
about it, you know. And some of the popes were some of the worst people in the world,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Well, and I think what's even more influential is when you can take an opposing view and still be firm in your belief, but acknowledge and hear it
Yeah.
and allow them to like explain fully where they're at.
Whoa.
I know this is crazy.
Man, you're way outside the box. You mean actually talk about stuff and not scream at each other?
And not just cut somebody off and just be like, nope, that's not true. Like, just because I have head knowledge doesn't mean I'm going to come up and just smack you in the face, Jimmy. Like just because I've studied the Bible doesn't mean I'm going to come at you like, oh, well, come on, you should know this, right?
You know
and
what,
how many people do that?
You know, the crazy thing is those people that are always right, let's say they take the elevator up, they're at St. Peter's Gate, right? And they're checking to see if they have a reservation. And St. Peter goes, dude, you're not right. But we do have another elevator for you. Okay, here's some suntan lotion. You know, let's cut your hair because you'll be cooler when it's really hot down there. But you know what I mean, though? It's
Straight
like,
up.
And I think that's the biggest turnoff with religion.
When we think we know it all,
right?
That's when we fall on our face.
Because a lot of times people that don't believe have a reason why they don't believe.
Exactly.
And so I was telling my buddy, I said, you know what? I don't care what people believe. Mm-hmm. I don't care what their gender is or their sexuality, any of that. It's none of my freaking business. Because they will go up to see St. Peter, right? And see if they have a name, a reservation in the book. But it's not my place to judge them, right? God didn't put us here to judge everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, judgment, we get hung up on that, right? Mm-hmm. Like I tell people all the time, I don't hold the mallet. Like I don't hold the mallet. However, like I mean, I do have some understanding.
Right.
Right? I do have like a conscience. I do have discernment. Like I do have those things, and I think it's important to like exercise those things.
Right. You know, everybody is right. My point is, though, if somebody's coming to you and you automatically shut them down, they're gone.
Yeah.
Right.
And doing everything through love.
Right.
Like I think that is the key ingredient that's being missed is no, I'm just gonna flex my knowledge. I'm gonna
show you I'm right.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them off. I'm gonna get my
and why they're sinners.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is we all fall short of the glory of God. That's what it says in the good book. I don't care what pastor you are. I don't care what you've accomplished, how many doctorates you have. I don't care about any of that. We've all fallen short.
Yeah.
And so like if we can get on that page with each other, like things change. Because then I don't look at you and just point out all your flaws because I got a freaking log in my own eye, right? That's what it talks about. It says, why am I going to go over here and like point out the speck in your eye when I've got a freaking beam out of my own?
On my next podcast, we're going to go through all of Uriah's faults. This will probably be like a 2-hour podcast.
Whew.
So be patient.
2 hours?
So you know
You're
what?
Cutting it short, man.
You know, if I had a Bible, let's say Jimmy wrote a Bible, Jimmy's gospel.
Okay.
It'd be one page.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, love thy neighbor, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff that when you boil it all down.
The gold.
Right. It's how we treat others and take care of others and not judge each other, but help each other up. Right? We can read all the words and all the stories and they're beautiful. But if you cut to the chase, I know I'm going to get in trouble on this one too. If you cut to the chase, he talks about how you treat others and following him and trusting God, right? It's pretty basic.
It's basic. It's so basic. And the problem is we think that it can't be that basic.
No, because it's that thick.
The problem is we think, oh no, yeah, Jesus was a sacrifice, but I also
Right.
got to do all this stuff, or I have to live like this. People have to see me in this light. Like there's so many things that we add on to it.
Well, it's like a checklist.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm gonna meet St. Peter, hopefully, gotta do this, gotta do this. So I was talking to Benny one time, and we have discussions on religion. He asked me, he goes, "Are you going to heaven?" I said, "Shit, I don't know. Probably not."
Hmm.
Why is that? I asked him, "Are you going to heaven?" Yeah. I said, "How do you know?"
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, nobody knows.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy Moose, I ain't going either. But it's true, though. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think it's not a checklist. It's the way you act every day.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'll say you can know.
How's that? Is there a 1-800 number to heaven?
No. But it says straight up, if you confess with your mouth and believe in your heart that Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior, you will be saved.
Yeah, I think Benny told me that too.
And so to an extent, like I understand your perspective. I understand like it's like, yeah, nobody knows. And on the contrary, it also says those who cry out, Lord, Lord, didn't we do this in your name? Didn't we cast out demons? Didn't we heal the sick? Da 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 da. And he turns to them and says, I never knew you.
Yeah.
Depart from me.
Right.
Right? So there's this tension.
Right.
But I truly believe in my heart, and this is my opinion, right? That when you confess and believe that Jesus is it, he's got you. Because it's no longer about what I can do anymore. It's about what he's already done. And I think that's where humanity gets hung up the most, is because we want purpose. We want to feel valued. We want to add to. It's built in our DNA, right?
Right.
And so we spiral out of control thinking, "Oh, I've got to figure it out." Instead of resting in the unknown of how does it happen.
We don't do good resting in the unknown as a human culture. So I think this is what I think we need. Okay. A 1-800 number to the reservation office of St. Peter, and just see if we're kind of on the list, right? Just like, hey, this is Jimmy St. Peter. Where am I? Oh, Jimmy, there's a lot of people in front of you. You better start working harder.
But I think what's happening right now is revival. Truly, honestly, because people have been in that boat for a while now. They've been like, oh, I just want to know. I just want to ride the line, And I think what's happening is God is drawing people to himself in a major way. Like insane. The amount of baptisms that are happening right now, the amount of people confessing like Jesus is Lord. And I'm talking about ex-Satanists. I'm talking about people that were against the mission.
Right.
And they're coming to terms and they're like, you know what? It's true. Lee Strobel, he wrote a book called The Case for Christ. He was an atheist, and he set out to disprove Christ.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah. He set out to disprove.
And he turned out being a believer.
Turns out being a believer.
But here's the thing, though, is that everything's marketing.
Mm.
It really is. If you're going to throw, I don't care, the Christian, the Catholic, the Jewish, whatever, label on something.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're true to who you are, then you should welcome everybody, not who you think are the select few. Because I told this, I think I've said this on this show, on this podcast. What drives me crazy is when people go to church, they drop a knee, and then on Monday morning they're just assholes, right? Why even there? Well, and he may have some problems, yeah, but there's a lot of people that have problems. But if you intentionally cause harm, or you intentionally judge, or you intentionally leave out people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a God thing. That's a you thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And don't throw all the scriptures out there, right?
No.
And I think the younger, there may be a little bit of a push on the younger side also for religion, but for a lot of them, all they see is exclusion.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that's where, like, the scripture where it says they'll know you by your fruit. Like, I think this younger generation is getting some crazy good discernment on that's bullcrap, and they move on.
Right.
You know, and so like the televangelists, yeah, it's done. That ship has sailed, bro.
Then
Like,
why are they making millions of
and
dollars
then
every day?
the exposure that's happening right now. Like, I mean, look at the headlines.
Okay, I got a question on
Look at the headlines,
on
right?
the
Like,
mega churches.
it's happening right now. Like the exposure on mega churches, mega church pastors, and stuff like that. It's coming to the light. A lot of the stuff that has been hidden or paid off or you name it, right?
Right.
It's surfacing now. And so a lot of people are like, that was crap. Like, that wasn't, and they're writing it off. Am I saying that God couldn't have used something that they said? No. Like, I think maybe potentially God works through everybody.
So there's this part on The Chosen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot who the financier guy was on it. I forgot which apostle that was.
Judas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he goes, why don't we put up little boxes in every town and people can drop money in there and then we could, help them, the ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other apostles were like, that's not our gig,
Mm-hmm.
right? Who's gonna take care of the money?
Mm-hmm.
What about that's not why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
The ministry will self-sustain itself,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's not going to rely on all these little boxes throughout the area to give us money. And that's true because if you think, and this is why I guess why I try to agree with big churches, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think if Jesus came down, he'd throw those tables and he'd knock down that microphone and he would just call them heathens because it's about the money.
Well, and I think a lot of this plays in. Like, I'm gonna say this one quote to you, and I want you to just like think about it.
Okay.
So there's a follower.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I follow this guy, and he said this a while back, and I can't shake it. Like, it's just in my brain all the time, screaming at me. But it says, if you gain anything out of self-promotion, you have to sustain through self. Anything you gain out of the grace and favor of the Lord, he sustains.
That makes sense.
And bro, I can't tell you how many ministries, 501c3s, nonprofits, all of the NOGs, like all of these places are self-promoting like crazy.
Right. Well, that's how these survive.
And I think the vision initially was good. I think God gave somebody a purpose and a dream and a vision and all of this. And as it's progressed, it's become money driven.
Right.
It's become, this is a machine now, we have to feed the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's gotten away from the mission. Like, and I'll be honest with you, like, I was a missionary, right? I went overseas to help.
Right.
To serve. As I was overseas, money disappears. Imagine that, right?
I can't imagine that.
And so my focus shifted from the mission to
the money.
Support raising.
Right.
And I focused so much on support raising that I lost sight of the mission. What the heck? Why?
Because there is a point, and all these mega church pastors know it, that you get enough to sustain yourself in the church, right?
Mm.
Doesn't mean that you got to make millions of dollars a day, right? And I think that's where I think that's where people get upset, is because I think they started well, but man, they tasted that, and the money and the promotion and this and that, and it's just crumbling underneath them.
You know what happens? Comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but look at that nonprofit over there. Oh, they just bought a jet. Oh, they got a bigger building. We need a bigger building. Oh, look at that.
Well, that's just like the billionaires. They compare the same way.
Right. But I'm saying, like, isn't the church supposed to be set apart and different?
Yes. But it's ran by man.
We're all back to we have all fallen short.
Right.
We have all fallen short, and we will continue to fall short. And that's, for me, that's the salvation thing, is he died once and for all. Sin in the past, sin in the future.
Right.
Like, that is why and that's why it's so hard for some people to believe.
Right.
Because that's the gift. Grace. That even while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Like, people can't fathom.
So here's a perfect example. I think we said this before. Hitler killed, 12 million?
Mm-hmm.
He's on his deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I'm sorry for all what I did, blah, blah, blah.
Mm.
You're forgiven. That's where people have a hard time. Mm-hmm. That's where I had a hard time, right? Mm-hmm. Because every day he made the choice to do what he did. But, oh, my God, now he's on his deathbed, and he's thinking he's going to hell. He's got to find resurrection or forgiveness, you know? How do you know that's just not a lie also at that moment? I know God knows. But
right.
But I think that's where a lot of the disconnect is.
Yeah.
How can a person be this bad and continually do the damage they do? But now that they're facing the final chapter, now all of a sudden they're, oh, please forgive me.
Mm-hmm. Two things, right? To your point, no one knows another man's heart except him and God.
Right.
And the second thing, from my opinion, again, it's the certainty factor. A lot of people want to know, is it certain that I can just live like a hellion and then right at the end of my life cash in that get out of free jail?
Yeah.
You know, like, and so I think it is a wrestle. And I think there's so many unknowns. I think at the end of the day, a lot of this we won't know until we're standing there. You know,
until we call the 1-800 number.
Hey, you can get that accomplished, Jimmy. You'll be a winner for sure.
And I won't even sell that. I'll give it away freely.
Hey, so tell me a little bit about how people can get in contact with you, because you don't just do podcasts, right? Do I do other stuff? You do other things, right?
Yeah, I eat, watch a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Do mortgages.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I do
mortgages.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
Jimmy.
The full gamut, baby. Conventional, FHA, VA.
Come on.
You know, construction loans, whatever the case may be. So you can call me at 719-436-5151. I'm sorry, I had too much iced tea. Or Jimmy at indigomortgage.net.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you guys got any questions on the mortgage side of things, Jimmy's your guy. Even though he'll say he's uneducated, he's pretty educated when it comes to the mortgage world.
Hey, just don't call me to get the 1-800 number either, all right?
Drop it in the comments. Is this something that you want to do?
Yeah.
Like, let's
the 800 number, St. Paul.
Jimmy is good.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.